Viewers have been sending in questions about the COVID-19 outbreak, and we're working to answer them with the facts. So joining us today, Dr. Frank Lavecchio from Valleywise Health Medical Center. Always great to have you.
Hi.
Here's our first question from
Thanks for having me.
Olivia in Phoenix.
Why are some places closed? Like the museum, the clown place, the playground, the park, and the library.
Again, Dr. Lavecchio, her question was, why are so many businesses closed right now?
Well, it's a great question, Olivia. I think the answer to that is it's the safest thing to do for us. It's the safest way to beat this virus, which we will. And by doing that, we're not getting a lot of people sick. And by doing that, we're not overwhelming the hospital. By not overwhelming the hospital, we assure that if you or one of your loved ones gets sick, that we'll have beds for you. We know that a lot of us are going to get sick, but we don't want you all to get sick at one time. We want to go nice and slowly until we get a vaccine or medications to treat this better. But great question.
Okay, thank you for answering that. Our next question is about sanitation workers. Are they at risk from catching COVID-19 from picking up the garbage of someone who's infected?
The short answer is yes. The longer answer is, it depends, right? If someone is infected and they touch their garbage canister, which is usually made out of plastic, technically it could last up to 3 days. I think sanitation workers should, of course, use gloves, should, of course, use masks. But if they touch it and then they touch their mouths or nose, etc., then technically they can get it, okay? If people who are infected have, Kleenex in there or something like that, or dirty towels or something like that, and sanitation workers tend to touch that, then in potential, yes, they can. A lot of this stuff is done automated. The truck pulls up, grabs your cart, throws it into the back. I think the risk there is extremely, extremely low.
All right, and of course we thank them for working during these hard times too. Finally, how did some tests get results so much faster than the others?
Well, that's a good question. I think as we move along, people are getting better with the test, but there is a test that looks for the RNA. And remember, this is RNA, which is like DNA, kind of mimics it a little bit there. And we look for RNA in a test. And if they see that, usually get an answer within 15 minutes. The older versions were a little bit more complicated. But unfortunately, it all goes to running assays. And many times we get the fluid, we put it on this big assay in a tray of like 100 patients, and then we run it through. And lots of times we have to wait for the whole tray to fill up, okay? Or we waste all the valuable reagents. So there are some tests that take quicker, some tests that take a little bit longer. I think hopefully over time, as more and more tests are ordered and we could put them all together, 15 minutes will be kind of the standard, hopefully, within the next month or two.
All right, we hope. Okay, Dr. Frank Lavecchio, thank you for what you do day in and day out. We appreciate it. Remember, we want to answer your questions, so go to our Facebook page. You can text us or download our app.